Hey guys, Dirk here, Freedom Lifestyles Academy. I'm shooting this video here for you from Costa Rica, and we're going to talk about follow block. Are you follow block? Did you just, get unblocked? And what now? You're using Jarvee and you had this, maybe you had a course, maybe, I don't know, maybe your training is not updated yet. Maybe, what do you need to do? I figured out, when you look at Jarvee and what they do themselves, they did not share you use these new settings and everything will be okay. So what can you do? Well, first of all, I want to give our Instagram training away. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a like, and leave a comment. Leave a comment with the words follow block, and I'm gonna pick from those, and give you free access to our Instagram training. It's an advanced training where I added and updated the new settings. But just give me a comment in there, and from there we move on. But I also want to share a little bit the inside of the training and show you the inside of my Jarvee or client's Jarvee, with the new settings, so that even though if you missed out on the training, then you can still have a peek and you still have a hold on for where you can go and move forward. So go ahead, give me that comment, and let's dive into Jarvee. I'm going to share my screen here and also tell you and share my thoughts why I'm doing certain things. So let's go and share my screen. So here we are in Jarvee, guys. As you can see, some accounts, they're all green in this one. So I'm super happy. There could be some more, story viewers, it's off in this one, but if you go to manage columns, you can here, of course, you add where are they? They're here below. Browser experience. That is definitely something that I recommend to do. Story viewer, absolutely use story viewer. So for this, it would be great. I will do that honest. So these are the things that you can absolutely like. You can comment. I'm not commenting those. This is a client's account. Doesn't, just scroll like this again. Like, follow, unfollow, and do not reposting for this. It's not sending out direct messaging. And I like comment. Liking comment really boosts your trust score, because somebody gives a comment on your on a post of yours and you give it a like immediately. There is, it's a social media platform. So but let's dive into the follow setting. That is the important things if you are followed. So if I tap on this, so this is a sneak peek of the settings that I'm using, and everything runs well. My accounts are running well. It's in a other Jarvee account, and in this Jarvee account, it's everything is green. And why? Because I want to mimic human behavior. And before we had very short, width between 2 and 5. I really cranked it up between 20 and 45 minutes. What you want to see is here, it's 220. You could even go a little bit further here and maybe put it on, let's say 55, and let's see what happens here then. It's 200. Maybe let's wait an hour. That is actually perfect. Yeah. That will be still 200 an hour. That is great. And I follow between 10 and 30 people. So, and then with a delay of, between 10 and 120 minutes. And why all this range? Because I'm trying to mimic human behavior, because, Jarvee's being built to not leave a trace. But what does leave a trace is impatient behavior, really going fast, too fast. That doesn't make sense, because if you're a human, if you would grow, yourself, that would not be the case. So this is, I wait between 20 minutes before operation, and then I go on Instagram, and I found the target accounts that okay, these people might be interested in what I have to do, and I go through it. Okay, I like, or I follow. And then between 10 and 120 seconds. So maybe you first check them out. Okay, this is a cool account that I want to follow. Okay, I'll follow. And go back to that list. And then I go. So, you really mimic that behavior. Sometimes like, oh yeah, this is cool. And you follow immediately. And sometimes you're not sure. You go to the next one, and go to the next one, and go to the next one, and then you follow. So that is why it's between 10 and 120 seconds between each follow. Really make that range big. Again, I added this, and this is new. If you are familiar with our training, it used to be just one, you know, between certain times. A side note here is that night mode is completely off. It is off. Why? Because using this will give the time limit. It is, you know, 12, 1 midnight and 7 a.m. in the morning. 7 a.m. is always in the morning. But I also randomize intervals with 45 minutes. So these will vary every day with 45 minutes up and down, 45 minutes, you know, up and down. And if you're copying this, don't maybe do 33 or 25 or 53. You know, do not copy exact, but use this as a template and help you, you know, to think of that. So I get up in the morning, my alarm clock goes, and I go, oh yeah, I sit, and I have my coffee, and then I open my Instagram and I start to follow people. I start to follow and do my things and and then it's 7:35. Oh, it's time to go, and I hit my shower, brush my teeth, and get my stuff, and then I go to work, and I sit in a bus and or in the train, and I at 8 a.m. and I start to follow again, and then I arrive at work, and then I for a while do nothing, and then it's like here, it's lunch break, and then I have a good long lunch break, and I do some work in that time, and so on and so on and so on. And that is the way I mimic, and these are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, around 10 or 12 intervals. That is super great, and make sure that you use this. You don't have to do this, but you could say stay always between 7 a.m. and 7 a.m. and midnight. Then you would bounce a little bit more. That you don't have to do it, because by using this in the beginning and the end, it will always be in that time range. So the more you can randomize stuff in Jarvee, the better it is, because you're human. You're always random. So you're never really between 7:15, 8:15 every single day. No, it could be 7:14 and 8:12. So it's always this variation of. Another thing is, what I do is a random sleep, after 5 and 10 minutes, wait after 5 to 10 minutes between 5 and 20 operations. So these are 12. That will definitely work. Another thing is that I don't have that here, but I do that on my other accounts, is if you go over the 220, let's say a little bit more, what you can do is take one day off and then rotate the day. So every week there's one day you will not follow people. So that is, you have a day off. So that is definitely a thing that you can do. When you get started with an account, make sure that you are start slowly. And what I mean with slow is like 5 to 10 people per day. You just got a new account, and really just, you're exploring and testing things out. After that, you can grow then 10 a day, 25 a day you could test, but I prefer to go very slow, because you want to take things slow, and it's better to have on the long run to have an account and then getting blocked over and over again. So this is 200. This is really the max, and it's perfect, especially if you do 1 day off, or else you could maybe better to do it like 190 per day, and then really stay in that range, and then maybe to that other. You definitely make sure that you want to stay under the 6,000, and then you will be good. So this is 30. I know with my settings there's about 21, 22 per hour. That is good. So it will never go over that. Why is 30? Because that has always been the max. So you can do 60 actions per day, per hour. So there's 30 followers, 30 unfollowers, and I'm doing this simultaneously with unfollow. So I want to make sure that whatever happens is never going over the 30. This one is some people like this, and what it does is enable automatic follow, is that it will stop the unfollow and will follow, in this case, to 1,525 people, and when it reaches that, it stops, and it will start to unfollow. And I do the same settings with unfollow here, and then make sure that it is, you know, let's say 200 to 500. So it comes down to 200 and 500. Why I'm not using this is because if you would use this, it will follow for, and especially with, you know, just 190 people per day, it will, for 10 days it will follow, and then it will for you can unfollow a little bit more. But then for a few days you will not following, and so everything stops, and that is why I don't like it. So I do it simultaneously on the same day, but again also with intervals and slightly different settings. So that is definitely, but it's, you know, it's optional. You can use this, but I don't like it. Besides that, all the other filters are, as you know, maybe in our training, they're the same. I definitely do, oops, where it always goes too fast. So I'm English speaking, so I target English. I skip non-English users. That is definitely something I don't want that. I want to have users have a profile picture, because if they don't have that image, how active are they? How serious are they? So you know, you now only have 190 or 200 people per day that you can follow. So you know, you want to interact with the most qualified people as possible. So that is that. I use a whole list of people, you know, you do not want to engage with. So people with bad words or sexual related words that, you know, you don't want. There's a whole list. You can find the list in our training. So make sure to, you know, to give me that, to put that comment below here with the words follow block. Then, you know, you might be in and win the... It give you free access to our training, and you will have this list for yourself as well. For, you know, these are the things the reason why well, you can go through the ratio. I never figured that out, how that works, and you know, it's just going to be math, and I don't see the real use of it. User has a number of followings, definitely, because you want to engage with smaller accounts. If you engage with really big accounts, nobody will notice you, and so that will be, again, a waste of one of those 200 people per day, right? So you're not following this account. Just go through this. You know, these are all optional. Do not follow private users because they have to get back to you, and they do count as a follow. I have this 4-digit number, so you know, John, and then 4-digit could be his day of birth. Anything more than the digit will be more related to a spam account that I do not want to follow. So these are some I do suspend the tool after, you know, block between 60 and 90 minutes. You could crank this even up if it's a little bit longer, but this seems to work good. And skip waiting time with no results. So if there's nothing, it does not get stuck on this follow. It just continues to a new action like or comment and stuff like that. For the rest, I do not like users' latest posts. It gave me a lot of errors, so I like to like exchange and give the likes over there, and I like to like the tool as well. So you know, you want to stay below that maximum limit. So I'm not doing this. I have better results with targeting and liking there, as well as commenting. And all these, I do not do this, but I do remove poor quality sources, and this is, you know, benefit from this 0.05, because I'm always aiming on 100 new followers per day, and with the 200 per day, you know, but you have also liking, you want to aim for a 0.3 follow back ratio. And if you go here in the follow sources, you can see here that these are super new. Yeah, I remember they are just added in. So interesting that, oh, it just picks this one. Interesting. So these should be removed automatically, and but these are older, so apparently, so I think they just, you know, start to count again anew. But what would happen if it's, you know, 0.16 after 500? So if you go here, 0.16 after, oh, it's actually good, right? It's higher than 1.5, so it's good. So after 500 followers, so it makes sense. But the other ones, you know, if it's lower than that, then so these they stick. They are higher than the 1.5, so they stick. what you want to aim for is the 0.3 or 0.2 even, but you know, it adds up and you have to play around with it. And also you can find that with the liking. You can also see the follow back ratio on what you're liking, and it's always about testing and seeing how that works. But you want to remove and do not waste time on accounts that people are not following back to you, right? So from 0.2, you know, on every 100 followers you want 20 people to follow you back, and that is what you want to aim for. Even you want to actually aim for that 30 people per day, then you know, and have the follow back ratio with the like and the comments and the direct messaging. You can also aim for that, and together you will reach that 0.3 and still have 100 followers per day. So that is super great. Remove the sources. Definitely do that, but do not you know, remove more. If there's only 3 left, then stop there, because you know, maybe you were having a day off, and even though maybe the follow back ratio is not that great, you still going through that. So these are the new settings that I'm using, and I have great results. So I really recommend you to use them. They are green, they're running smoothly, and I'm super happy with that. Let me share my screen back again. So guys, here we are again with a little bit more tropical background, but you know, these settings are using, they are doing great. Everything stays in the green, and that is what I like. I see growth again, and wow, there was some few weeks with Instagram, and it has been super frustrating, but it's great to see that things are working again, and it's definitely not the end of the automation. It's just adjusting, so make sure that you use the other tools, make sure the liking, make sure the contact and sending out direct messaging, but make sure that you do with commenting and direct messaging that you use spin text, that you do not send out the same message over and over again. It's super important. So guys, if you want to learn more about the unfollow setting, like settings, and all the other ones, because it would be like an hour long, maybe even longer video, and I don't want that, make sure to check out our Instagram course here in the description below, and I'm gonna give you a 50% discount, because you know, we all suffer from this, but I want to give the Instagram training in the air on the platform. And so, you know, make sure if you go there, use the coupon code that I put under here in the video. Just add them here and you will get a 50% discount. And for you, if you left a comment below here with the words follow block, hey, I will maybe pick you, and you'll get free access to our Instagram training and our mastermind group. You know, we can solve these things together and really work on it. And we're not doing only Instagram marketing. We also focus on YouTube, and what can you know, how can you combine Instagram with Facebook and really build this community of raving fans for your business. So with that being said, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to our channel to stay updated, and tick the bell icon to stay notified when I upload a new video, and that is going to be on a regular basis. Have an awesome day, guys. Talk soon. Ciao.